So we got a simple house wash here today with an awning. We're gonna take off the algae growth in there, and then we got insect debris and some spider webs and mildewy eaves troughs. See all the growth and everything along there. So we're gonna clean this up, and then we also have a section with some nicotine staining, and I'm gonna try a few things to see if we can knock all this nicotine off. So that's pretty much it. The first step is to test their awning to see if it is bleach stable or bleachable. Most of them are, but I've got a sprayer here with some bleach in it, and I've just sprayed a little corner here to see if it's affecting any of the color on here. We got black and thing, and it's been a few minutes, and I'd see it lighten up or be turned, well, look bleached afterwards. So I'm sure we're gonna be okay to douse it with some bleach, which will help lift that. Alternatively, if it isn't, you can use an oxygen bleach in place. We're gonna get set up and get started. Closing the garage door. We'll start with this face here. You got your fan tip and you got your rinse tip. So I would start high, work your way low, and then you can kind of utilize any bleach that's already come down. But basically I'd use the, whatever this tip is, apply it all high, and then I'd flip to this and just apply what I can reach down low. I'll show you how I do it. As someone that does it only a handful of times a year, I would start all the way at the peak up there. So you can kind of keep a wet edge as you go across, right? And you're pushing the water.
Yeah, I saw that. You're going from the side up to down.
Yeah, just from a couple different directions. I'm gonna go and double check with the customer about all the windows, make sure they got them all closed. Usually for windows, just rinse really well on it, but applying the bleach, just like usually a quick mist. See the spiders? They hate it. They all just jump off the building when you do it. And then the nice thing is, you'll see it clean everything, and then you should be able to tell any spots that need to be hit again, because there'll be still mildew there or whatever. I'll get you started. Maybe go around the house this way, because this is the harder side. We'll end up hitting all of this wood here. We'll clean this corner a little bit, whatever. So it's usually sometimes easier just to bleach the wood and just let it be. I'm gonna take the bleach out, and we'll rinse all these plants, and we'll soak them down all the way across. Maybe the other side as well, because we got to soak all of this first. The soil is wet because we did have rain recently. It's still, I don't know, hostas are usually pretty safe, but I'm not sure what plants are sensitive and not, so we'll just 12 to 30 seconds, you'll hear air bubbles, and then you'll see that the bleach is gone. And I'm gonna go double check on them on the windows. We got a bit of yellowish stuff in there. My thinking is that's the broken down algae, just residual stuff in there. So when we wash this, that'll all rinse out nicely. Looking at the black, this is a bleach stable fiber. This was pink or white or anything like that, you'd have a problem, but we should be good to bleach this, and it will clean up all of this debris and everything. The leading edge has got all the dirt, and here is fine. So once we rinse this off, we'll actually get all the material out of there. For this window, what I would do is just come back a bit. I'd hit it directly, but just a quick rinse. Like I could see stuff around the top and the sides. Rather than hit it on an angle, hitting it directly is a bit safer because you're hitting the glass rather than maybe shoving it in the corner. That's my only thought. They said the windows don't leak, so here, I'll let you.
Yeah, thank you.
I got Ronin cleaning here. I'm dropping off my trailer. I'm gonna go and grab my full face shield respirator. But before I do that, I'm gonna run a quick test to make sure we can get it up, because then if I gotta pick up TSP, I can do it at the same time. We've got EP here, 5 to 1. We're gonna do a test spot. I've got a smoking room here that is coated with a ton of nicotine stains. That's a test spot somebody did with TSP. I've got a product here. This is environmentally preferred cleaner. This is 5 to 1, I believe. I'm gonna do a small test spot with this and see how it lifts the staining here. We do it beside the TSP, but basically what we wanna do, apply product all the way in here and rinse it down to cover that outlet. But even the stonework, you can kind of see on the surface, like the top edges of the stone, you're gonna have the same staining. So but I'm gonna go home and get my respirator as well. And basically what I wanna do is just apply product over everything, and then I'm gonna rinse with some wet steam. But I can already see this is working well enough. Oh yeah, it's gonna melt it off, just like I suspected. Okay, test spot came out great. 5 to 1 EPC. So we are going to mix up enough of it to apply all in there. Environmentally preferred cleaner. That is ready to go. We're gonna do that right at the end of the job. It'll be the last thing we do. We'll get back to that shortly. Ronan's working away. I can smell the bleach from here. Life is good. Back home. Forgot my full face shield respirator. I don't think I want to clean up all the nicotine without it. Where did my respirator go? Oh, where would it be? Not there, not there, not there. Let's check the very organized workshop. Aha! Full face respirators. Back to work. Little test spot on this corner here. It's gonna need a hotter mix on this edge. It's killing all the little mildew in between. It will do a job. We'll downstream whatever gets on there, and then if we gotta do little touch-up spots. And I wanna see it do its job. Go downwind, work smart. This is getting that hotter mix just on the edge of this awning here. Give that some dwell time. Yeah, now we're talking. Beautiful. Loud in here, very loud. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, we want to use wet steam to get there, and I wanna use a little to no water. So what I wanna do is put on a meg tip. I have all these tips for surface heads. I wanna put on a wide fan, very small orifice. So this is 40O2. That's a great orifice. It's gonna be a 40-degree fan. It's only gonna put out O2 orifice size, maybe roughly 2 gallons a minute worth of water. I'm gonna slow down that water going through my burner because I got a dual unloader setup. There's gonna superheat it and I can turn it to steam, but I wanna see maybe if I even have smaller than O2. That 40O2 is a great candidate. I totally had these all nice and organized. There's 25O2, 40O5. I don't know how many smaller than O2 I have, but we can see. I'm gonna do a little exploring and see what's the smallest orifice I've got. Okay, that looks to be it. So we're gonna start with this. We're gonna see how this works. I have smaller ones at home if I have to go back again, but I think this should be good. So back in the trailer, tighten this up. That is good to go. I'll show you the next step. Oh, it's looking much nicer. Beautiful. How is my... It's looking good. We're just gonna keep hitting this front edge with the stronger bleach product, and it's gonna lighten it up. Do you wanna saturate this whole thing if you can with just the downstream bleach? From like if you stand back and kind of get it to come down, or you could try it from underneath actually. It should go up through it, no problem. And just work your way backwards so you don't get dripped on. J-Rod, yeah. Four things welded together. The guy's name was Jay. I got my J-Rod out, gonna have some fun. By using 2 gallons a minute wet steam, put a lot less water in here. I don't wanna flood it, but I do need something to knock it out of the pores. So that open, keep the windows open. Hoping acid gas respirator will be effective. We're gonna find out. I got a cone tip. I want a very fine mist of very fine spray. So lots of pressure in the pump up sprayer. We're gonna take off some nicotine. Just do a light application on the window. Make sure it'll rinse well. So we're gonna do the bricks too, because it's definitely all in the surface of the bricks. Should probably pre-wet it to try and keep the product on the surface there. It doesn't need a lot, just needs to be evenly applied. Nice even coverage here, just melting it off beautifully. Just working in sections, and I'm working my way backwards. Try not to drip product on me. Just absolutely coats everything. Now I'm gonna do this brick last here because it's just getting sucked in, so I'm gonna pre-wet it first. Once we got the steam going, we'll do the brick last. Because I'm using such a little amount of product, it's just gonna get sucked into the deepest parts of the brick, and it's not gonna be on the surface where we want it. There's no point in wasting product until we're ready to hit it. That's better. Right on the face. Did this very poorly. Jesus, fuck. All right, almost there. I'm working well to break down the nicotine buildup here. Okay, I got about half a gallon of product left to do the brick, the block. Looking much better. Let's get the steam all set up. Time to get this respirator set up here. 2 fresh filters on there. Clear enough. It's gonna get steamed up and foggy in no time, but I think they're both equally etched. We're gonna set up for wet steam. Now to do that, we are gonna open up my second unloader, and I'm gonna crank the pressure setting on it. So I'm gonna basically unscrew it a whole bunch to get it down to like 500 or 800 PSI. But that second unloader is gonna bypass any water. So if I put on a tiny 2 orifice, so let's say it's 2 gallons a minute, the other 6 gallons a minute are gonna get dumped back in the tank, and 2 gallons a minute are slowly gonna make its way through that. Can heat up 8 gallons a minute, right? So by dropping it down to 2 gallons a minute, you get it a lot hotter. It's going through the burner a lot slower. And then this hose will now become the hose that we use. Just a quick quality check here. Oh, does balls, scoring, anything, any cracks? Where's our connection there? So we got nice big orifices there, made to push a lot of water through there. A little tiny orifice. What that's gonna do, slow the water down. So I'm gonna start it up first, and then we're gonna turn on the steam or heat, and we're gonna crank it up here. Now that's open, right? So I should only have about 500 or 800 PSI, so it shouldn't be a huge force here. That burner's going. This is a 40-degree tip, but feel that. Put your hand, there's nothing there, right? There's barely any water. We don't want water, we just want the steam to melt it off. We're getting hotter. Takes longer to get through it because it's less water coming out. I can see the steam coming up. First things first, but I'm gonna put this on and then put the GoPro on top. Okay, here we go. First is we're gonna do a little test spot here. Actually, we can try it on the front door and see. Oh yeah, so it needs a bit more before I get too into it. It does need a bit more product in there, but it probably is easy enough for me to hit it again. I don't know if it's, I might as well knock off what I can. Let's see, hold on. Maybe I'll spread it a bit around. Let's see this first. I want to see down here. Oh, beautiful. Just to reactivate it. Take off. Okay, well you can see, look, the steam is leaving the room. Oh, the top half is coated in steam. Okay, well, yeah, definitely a lot better. Not too bad, knocking off all the nicotine there. There's some spots you can maybe do a bit of a reapplication just in the edges and stuff, but I think for what they want, it's gonna be perfect for now. So, what was it? Environmentally preferred cleaner, EPC, 5:1, apply it, give 10-15 minute dwell, wet steam, and you're laughing. Let's do some after pictures. And this green rug is getting tossed. It's unfortunate, yeah, it really, in the caulking itself, I don't know if that's just yellowed caulking or no, it's definitely from the smoke, but didn't budge out of that, which is unfortunate, but you can now paint over it at least. Right. This face mask worked well enough. Taste my lips, doesn't taste like nicotine, so that's good. I don't feel high. Toss those ones here. Fresh cartridges for next time. There we go. So that was nicotine removal using a couple different products and wet steam. And then we can just squeegee it out here. Yeah, so she's got. Oh, this reminds me of restoration. So this is going in the one barn.
Not 2 miles away?
Yeah, that's all right. Right in here. Beautiful, no problem. You know what? I might steal this for a second, then I'm gonna quickly rinse and squeegee it out here. WSIB, there we go. Oh no. So I'm gonna do my best here. Try and push it to where I can squeegee it at least. Not gonna be perfect. We'll let Mother Nature do the majority of the work here. But remember, I uncovered my outlet already. All right. The old bounce off the hose and out the door trick. All right. Exactly what you see here, yeah. All right, we'll give it one good rinse. And when it dries, it's gonna dry a shade lighter. Let's just see. All right. Yeah, if you hit that, actually, maybe I'll turn your heat back on. If we hit these windows with steam,
it shouldn't streak then.
Yeah, missing some lube. That's better. Running out the heat. Okay. There we go. all done. I just went around and did my after pictures, but I'll do a little walk around with the GoPro here. We have an awning that is freshly bleached. See, we've got all the organic growth on there, and then the little stuff that we've knocked off there, but it should blow off in the wind. And our eaves troughs and vinyl siding's all looking brand new again. It is, it's one of those things where, especially when things are evenly dirty, you don't really realize until you clean it how much better they can look. All the troughs on this side are good, and then here as well that we've hit. And our nicotine coated room is looking much nicer. Still smells in there, might need a little ozone treatment, but it was an interesting, never really done nicotine removal like that, especially not in like a 3-season room or whatever you'd call that, patio, enclosed patio, but it worked really well, cutting the flow and using wet steam. So that's pretty much it. If you like this stuff, make sure to follow along, click that subscribe and like button, and stay tuned for what's coming next. Have a great day.